Nice looking audience. We're talking all about saving money today, and saving money on holiday decor shouldn't mean sacrificing style. So she's got DIYs that you are going to love, and they're sure to ring the style bell. Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault. Ding-a-ling! Oh, ding-a-ling! So I was bragging about you to the audience earlier because I'm like, I want to know what happens in that brain of yours when it comes to your project.
That is a place no one wants to be.
There's absolutely a song that goes along with this segment, and I think it goes something like Silver Bells, something like that.
Mine goes, I like big bells and I cannot lie. Right?
I like yours better.
I do like big bells.
That is phenomenal. This is a DIY, and when you look at that, I'm like, does that weigh 50 pounds?
No.
Is it heavy? It's not at all. You made that, and it's incredible. So let's start from the beginning. If you go into a store and you see this, it's probably going to retail for about what?
$70?
$70. Now,
And,
don't
like,
tell
no
us
joke.
what you spent.
Okay.
We'll talk about it at the very end.
Right.
But $70, keep that in mind.
So this is me, and I think every DIYer's brain, they look, $70, I can make that for less. Right? And then challenge accepted.
Yes.
So we got to work.
Okay,
And-
so how did you do it?
Well, the good news is I had some inspiration because there's a very trendy project online right now, taking bowls and turning them into giant ornaments. So I was like, okay, we're off to the races. So essentially the base for my bell was to use 2 melamine bowls from the dollar store.
Okay.
And these were $2 each, so we're at a tally of $4 for anybody keeping track.
Yep.
And for the smaller ones here, the little balls that I did, I used small bowls, and these were a set of 3 for $1.50. So 2 sets of 3 gets you 3 balls with 6 bowls. So the first thing you want to start with is drilling a hole in the top. Now, the one thing that I found, I had one sacrificial bowl because I went full ham with my drill, and it cracked the top of it. So go low speed and slow with this to drill through the melamine. If it's more of a flexible plastic, you can just put the drill, pop it right through. I needed to be a little more gingerly with how I drilled the holes. The reason why we want to drill the holes is we want to be able to attach a little wood dowel, which I got a package of these from the dollar store. And then I just used some twine to connect through the bottom to tie them on. So that was really, we're starting easy.
And everything's very light. This is light, this is light.
Light and plastic. Now, the one thing I want to say, when you are using the smaller bowls, you'll notice with the big ones, I found ones that have a lip on them, which I was looking for because it gives you that authentic look of the bell, that kind of connecting point. The small ones, I couldn't find any. So once I glued them together, which we'll talk about that in a second, I used some cording. You can just see some fabric cording and use some fabric paint to stick it around the edge there. And that gave me that same idea. But to stick them together, this is kind of an important step where you're going to invest a whopping $10 into this project to make sure you're picking up a product that is meant to bond plastic. Hot glue gun will work for now. That will not be a project when you pull it out from your holiday bins next year. They'll come apart.
Make it.
No. So essentially, this is a 2-part, and it squeezes 2 different glues out together, if you can see. And it's activated when you mix it together, and this is what creates the bond. So you're going to just do a little mixy, and then almost like icing a cake. I just went around the edge and iced these together before I bonded the 2 sides together.
Anything toxic in that? Like, do you have to do it in the garage? Do you have to do it?
Listen, anything, like if you well-ventilated area, we like to say pop a window nearby, but no, you don't have to be too cautious with something like that.
Beautiful.
So once those are stuck together, so we've got the big and the small ones all stuck together, nicely welded. Now is the fun part. Anything involving paint, I'm down for. So this is a product that I recently picked up, Metal Effects Rust Patina Paint. This so we hear about faux finishes to make it look like rust. This is actually rust.
We're
creating rust onto this surface. You're going to start with a primer. We've talked about how important primers are to help with the adhesion of the paint. So once you have the coat of the primer on there, you are then going to do 2 coats of an iron paint. This is a metal paint, black iron. And this is where the magic starts, because once your second coat is dry, for about an hour or so, you're going to take this, which is a rust activator, And literally, this is what's going to create that oxidization.
Okay.
And you're just going to do a little spritz around. It doesn't have to be perfect and precious. You're gonna walk away, let that dry for 5 minutes, and come back with another little spritz.
Okay.
And within about an hour, you will come back and you will see the rust has formed on there. From plastic to metal.
That is so cool.
Cool, right?
This is magical.
It really is magical. And
Rust
so when we talk
activator.
about cost breakdowns too, this tiny little kit did about 8 bells for me.
Oh, wow.
So you can really do some like robust decor.
Yeah.
Including my jingle bells.
Okay, so we're gonna move along to the jingle bells. So that's these ones, and they also have their own really pretty patina on them.
A totally different patina, but the same idea. You can see my little collection in the front there on my ladder. And these ones specifically, I've made a whole bunch of them to hang outside.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
they're all plastic as well.
Okay.
So again, dollar store, these were what? A whopping $1.50 for 2. I think the small ones came in a set of 3 for about the same price. And essentially, we're going to use go through the same process, sticking your dowel on there. But this time, we are using a blue patina on bronze. So this is a bronze paint. So same idea, primer, the bronze paint. The one thing that's different with this Metal Effects kit is we are going to, for the second coat of bronze, put this on wet. It doesn't, again, have to be too perfect, because
it needs to look aged.
We want it to look aged. You don't need to worry about brush marks.
Yeah.
And then when this is wet, we are going to add this patina on here, and that's what gives you that almost galvanized oxidation look to it.
That's right.
So I not only did our little pots with this, but if you notice inside, I also painted some little ornament balls to make our little dingle-dangles in there too. And these were just dollar store ornaments.
So look at how that looks.
If you think you want to create a collection of bells, but then why not take some old ornaments too and update those, and then you really have cohesive decor with this really cool metal effect look to them.
That is awesome.
Right? So fun, really easy to do.
Very, very cool, very, very light, easy to do. Doesn't matter what the color is, doesn't matter what the color is of this that you use to create the lip. You put it all together.
If you've got spaghetti stained bowls in your cupboard right now, this is the project for you. Glue them together, slap on some paint, and ba-bam, you got some big bells. And I cannot lie, I do love them.
I love them too. Do you love them? They're great.
I love them.
Okay, so we know that in store that's going to retail for about 70 bucks.
Yeah.
How much would it have cost you to make per bell of the sleigh bells, those gorgeous non-rust, rusty sleigh bells?
When I broke down the cost, $8.
$8.
$8. Not bad. Not
From
bad.
70s?
70
Absolutely.
each.
70
each.
There's
for
no
$8
way.
each.
In what world am I buying these for $70?
You're not. You're going to
come
DIY
on.
them.
I'm going to DIY
Congratulations.
them. As always, LA, you have the best DIYs. They are incredible. And if you want to make this yourself, if you're one of those people who can do this stuff, you need to go to cityline.tv.
You can all do this.
We can all do this stuff. The instructions are online, cityline.tv. Stay right there. We got more savings.